Yo, what's going on?
Yo.
This is Eric Mckenith, and I'm here with my guy, Tarik.
Yes, sir.
And this is my guy right here, man. I met him almost a year ago now at church, man, at Bible study, actually. And, I was just fascinated by how he moved, respectful young man. And, he out here on the grind, but, legitimately, though he did have his, his past demons where, he tampered with the streets a little bit, but for the most part, going forward, he been doing the right thing. So I'm glad to have him here. We're about to drive and hit a few corners and conversate a little bit. And I'm, let y'all get to know Tarik. So Tarik, where you from, bro?
I'm from LaGrange, Georgia. So, the real 706 is Troup County.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
When I think of LaGrange, like, a lot of people sleep on LaGrange. I was sleep on LaGrange until, our conversation, a few moments ago. And just tell me, like, what was it like growing up in LaGrange?
Man, LaGrange is different. It's a different vibe because it's so close to the city but so far away. So you still got the same, ecosystem like the city got, but in a much smaller environment, which can cause for a lot of drama, a lot of violence, a lot of this, a lot of that, but also it's a lot of love there too. It's not all bad. It's definitely a good city to slow down and raise your kids in, but also a city where your kids can get caught up in and might not turn out so good,
Wow, so you telling me in LaGrange there's violence? Is there gangs in LaGrange?
LaGrange is facing a crazy gang problem right now. Like, really, it always has been, for real. Like, ever since I've been younger, it's been crazy. It's been bad. And I've heard even then, like before then, it's been bad. So, yeah,
wow,
LaGrange
so
kind of bad.
Is it Crips there? Bloods there?
It's a lot of blood and GDs.
Bloods
a lot
and
of blood and
GDs?
GDs, yeah.
Okay. And you told me earlier you missed gang banging because of your cousin?
Yeah.
Okay.
My cousin literally is fighting a RICO right now.
Oh, wow.
He like, what year? 2023. He's like 15 years in.
15 years in? He's still fighting it?
Still fighting it. We're still trying to find lawyers. We're still trying to, because it's a lot of lack of evidence, but at the same time, we know the streets say somebody did something, and nobody can really refute that. And yeah, he's still fighting it. Wow. They gave him 60 piece.
Okay. I know that well.
Yeah,
I know that well.
So,
and we gonna definitely send our prayers to your cousin, man, because fighting for your life ain't no joke, man. Yeah. Especially when they trying to give you 60 years. The common folk can't fathom 60 years, but you know me, I had 84 years, and by the grace of God, I got from up under that and ended up doing 26 years.
Yeah.
But man, how did you really just stay away from going into that lifestyle as far as gang banging?
Man, with him, he kind of sheltered me and then let me come close to it. He was just like, look, bro, I'm doing all this so I can get out, not so you can come in. And I respect him about it because I'm like, my nigga got an arm like Vic. Like, he can literally throw 70, 80 yards, no stress, no strain. And my mom dude's like, why don't you play football?
Yeah.
He like, okay. But then it's, how he gonna get money for this, money for that. Yeah. And of course, where he turned to, you can't tell somebody to do something and then think they won't turn to what they know best to get the resources. And that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
and that's what I like to tell people. Like, we can always say, you shouldn't be in the streets, you shouldn't do that, criticize people for what they're doing. Yeah. But do we have the resources for these young men out here?
Yeah. Because
some of these young men, in my opinion, are taking care of their families at 15 and 16 years old because their parents are on crack or their parents both parents not in the household. So it's like, what do they do? But we telling them, don't do this, get out the streets, but do we have any resources?
No resources.
And that's what I hope to bring to the table is resources for young men who's trying to get out of the streets. You know what I'm saying? But back to you and your cousin, is like, we do things because we have no other alternative when it comes to survival.
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
we feel we don't have no other alternative when it comes to survival.
For sure.
But here it is. You said he got an arm like Vic, talented athlete,
Smart.
smart.
But you 15, 16, you in the streets, and your mom can't help you. No dad in your life. The brother that you do have locked up, and he fighting whatever he fighting. He just came home 3 years ago. He just came home.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, you got nobody around you to guide you to tell you like, hey bro, you can be better than this. You don't need this. You don't have to go down this route. He just know, okay, I'm 15, 16, I'm a big homie. You know what I'm saying? I'm throwing up my set everywhere I go. I'm getting respect. I'm getting bitches. I'm getting money.
Yeah.
What you gonna tell a nigga doing that?
Yeah.
15 years old, you gonna tell a young nigga what you doing is wrong when it's all he know.
And that's that hood fame, though.
Yeah, that's hood fame.
And we often glamorize that hood fame because it's like, this is what we see.
Yeah.
But let's get back to you for a minute. How did you not fall into that? Or did you have your moments where you dibbled and dabbled?
Yeah. So I tried to go like to his side of the town, and you know, we go to his mom's crib. I'm telling my mom dudes like, oh, we just gonna go to his mom's spot just to hang out. I'm going over there really so I can see what's going on, like peep the scene. He getting the bitches, he getting the money. He, you know what I'm saying, everybody show him love. I'm not really peeping, oh, this some real gang shit. I'm just thinking, oh, this is cool. My cousin cool as fuck. Like, he got money. He, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking up to him. So I'm going over there trying to get in trouble. I never could find trouble to get into. That's how I knew it wasn't for me. It wasn't for me. I could never find the trouble to get into.
And so many say, and I would even say this, trouble is easy as fuck to get into.
You feel me?
But hard as fuck to get out of. So for you to not be able to find trouble, I think that was God with you, brother.
God. No, that was God. Cause with me, I wasn't like him on some. I didn't have no guidance, no nothing. I definitely had a good family, and everything was definitely, you know, copacetic with us. But same time, I lost my dad when I was younger.
Oh wow, sorry.
And he was,
that.
yeah, for sure. And he was the one with me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He was at the house all the time when he passed away. You know, so I just kind of looked at him as a shelter a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, this is my big cousin. He kind of take me in. He know what I'm going through. He seen me lose my dad. I'm just looking for some type of something.
Yeah, something
that I can find. Yeah, something that I can find that can feel like this void is being filled. You know, and that's what I was doing, trying
and
to
some type of guidance, whether it's negative or positive,
yeah.
Just some type of guidance. And we all look for that, because one of my excuses for gangbanging was I was my mom's only child.
Yeah.
I didn't have a father in my home.
Yeah.
So I look for the homies as my brothers and my sisters.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But sometimes that's just like, that's an excuse. That's an excuse to do something that you kind of want to do.
Yeah.
Because you're so infatuated by it. So it's like we hold on to what we don't have to justify what we out here doing.
Trying to do, yeah. Especially for you, I think it's a little different though, coming from where you from. It's a little different, because y'all kind of, that's y'all culture.
Yeah.
That's not really our culture, but it has become it now.
It's became
the culture now, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I was locked up with some dudes from, you know, the Georgias, the Ohios, and different states that was gang banging, was Crips, and was Bloods. And they carried it like, man, you ain't finna tell me I ain't from California.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
I didn't think Ohio niggas was doing that, but I found out when I worked at a job one time. I'm like, oh, these niggas really like that.
Yeah,
so they definitely like that.
Yeah, and that goes because even with me, I didn't grow up in my neighborhood. So when I moved to my neighborhood, I went extra hard to prove that I belong.
For sure.
So I can imagine dudes from other states, cripping and blooding, GD, vice lords, whatever they may be, going extra hard to prove that they with the business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And one of the things that I'm doing is, and why I speak to young men such as yourself, is because I believe wholeheartedly that we got it wrong, man, in regards to gang banging. You know, gang banging, so and for it to spread throughout these states, it touches me in a way where it's like, man, I'm heartbroken that something that I was a part of spread it throughout these states, and now it's just so far out of control to where it's like, wow, man, we still with this nonsense and this foolishness. You know what I'm saying? Because it was the most foolish thing that I've ever done in my life. I didn't know then because I was young, I was active, I was involved. But looking back, it's like, well, what the fuck was I thinking?
Yeah, but then like I said earlier, like how do you say that you're in the storm when you're in the middle of it? You can't see it.
Yeah. And
you
I
just
like
hear
that.
it.
I like
you
that.
just in it, and that's what I think happens to a lot of people, especially that I know, my friends and my family. Like, they just doing what they doing to survive. They doing what they doing to look good, to have the clothes, to have the cars, to have the jewels, the bitches, everything that they feel like completes them.
Yes.
They're doing that. So how can I tell you that what you're doing is wrong if what you're doing makes your family life better, or it makes you have more money, or you have more resources? How can I tell you what you're doing is wrong? And that's where I think the misconception comes into, where we gotta tell people the right way. Even if you're doing the wrong thing, show them the right way to do the wrong thing, if that makes sense. Because they gonna do the wrong thing anyway.
Or,
just show them,
or show them that there's other alternatives.
Definitely that.
Because if you would put the energy, like I was a bank robber.
Mm-hmm.
I mastermind bank licks.
Yeah.
And I put a lot of energy in doing my homework, my research, and everything.
Yeah.
Why can't we channel that energy into something more positive and more productive?
For sure.
Because all it takes is us to do the homework.
Yeah.
Do the homework. Find out what we're good at and master that. Take time to study that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we don't do that because we look at the quick lick, the quick come
money,
up,
the quick fame.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And what comes fastly leaves fastly. Like when I tell you, bro, I was out of state prison for 10 months before I caught my federal case for armed bank robbery. As quick as I came home from the state, seemed like as quick as I was back in federal prison, and that bid cost me 26 years because I wanted the fast money.
You want the fast life.
So we really got to be careful when it comes to how we get our money, and we got to be cautious of the repercussions and the consequences behind the things we do.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? And we are so smart as a people, as a race, that it ain't nothing we can't do.
It's nothing we can't do
if we apply ourselves.
Yeah, facts.
We just don't apply ourselves.
Yeah, facts.
Now tell me a little bit about college, because you went to college.
Yeah, I went to college for sure. I went to Georgia Southern.
Okay.
Good school. You feel me? I really had a lot of fun there. I definitely met a lot of people that changed and shaped my life, especially as a man now. I can kind of look back, then I'm kind of looking like, oh, we having fun, we turned up, we going to class, but we still partying a lot. But now I kind of look back and say a lot of my friends that I kept kind of shaped me into who I am today, my mindset or ideologies that I might carry with myself. And man, college was a time. It definitely was a time, and I wouldn't like regret it. I wouldn't regret nothing. I only regret not finishing. I think that's the only thing. But
wow.
Yeah.
Well, I don't regret not going, but I wish that I would have went.
Yeah.
But in college, a lot of people think you're in college, you well on your way to becoming this lawyer, this doctor, this businessman, whatever you sign on to become in college, whatever you minor in or major in or whatnot. But you had some struggles in college where you were halfway in and still halfway out.
Yeah, but I just wanted, like you said, that fast life, like what we see on TV, or not even for me, TV, what you see at home, what you see in the area that you grow up in. You see your partners, they got money, they got jobs. Some of them got jobs, some of them not working. They doing what they doing, and you see that lifestyle, and you want that. You want the clothes they got, you want the girls they got, you want that car, you want that jewelry, you want to take those trips that you seen they taking, and you kind of looking at them like, hey, I'm gonna emulate this.
Okay.
But see me, I'm like, okay, I can't sell dope. That's not my forte. I watched my brother and my uncles go to jail doing that.
Okay.
I watched them put my family through despair doing that. I'm not doing that. I ain't selling dope.
Okay.
I ain't never touched no dope, no nothing other than smoking a little weed here and there.
Okay.
That ain't me. But I was like, okay, it's a new lane to tap into.
What was that?
Scamming. That came about, and it's like everybody done did their little 1-2, you know how that go with the bank world. So, dipped and dabbed in that just to see how far can I get before I feel like I need to stop. You feel me?
So you was like, okay, I can hit a lick, but let me see if I can hit one more lick because I don't want to get caught.
Yeah, I don't want to get caught.
But I'm gonna come to the brink.
Yeah.
We're right on the edge, and then I'm gonna fall back.
I don't want to do no more than what I'm doing. Like, if I can do this little 2,500, this little 3,500.
Okay.
And see what I thought would save me, which it might have been. I was giving my tithes though. Every time I hit a lick, I swear to God on everything, I was giving my tithes.
So you was still in the church?
I was giving my tithes.
While you was hitting licks?
But I wasn't even, because I was at college, I wasn't really in church.
But you was giving your tithes.
I was giving my tithes.
But look, that's big. That's big because a lot of people that's in church don't even give tithes.
Don't even get their tithes. You feel me? So I'm doing my dirt.
Yeah, and you was giving your tithes.
Yeah.
So you already had the wherewithal that I still gotta give my tithes.
Oh yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you this. When I was robbing banks, I was a Robin Hood because what I did was
give back to the
I
people.
gave back to the community.
For sure.
But what I did was a lot of them females in the hood that had a whole bunch of kids and a whole bunch of people in the house, I would go through there.
Yeah.
Open their refrigerator. What you got in here? Man, what's going on?
Yeah.
And I'd give the mama of the house money to get groceries.
For sure.
Then I would give each one of the little kids money according to their age.
Yeah, like go get some ice cream or go get, hit a candy lady right quick. Yeah.
So I was robbing banks, which was wrong, but at the same time, I still have a giving heart.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's why I was ultimately blessed at the end, in the long run.
Yeah.
But back to you, so you went through your thing, you was scamming a little bit, you came to the brink. What was your wake-up call?
That wake-up call was when my partner hit me and was like, hey, I got this on the line, substantial amount. I'm like, cool.
Okay.
What I gotta do? All you gotta do is log in. I'm gonna tell you when to take it out. And I'm gonna tell you, like, as soon as it hit, go take it out. Go find the nearest. I'm like, bro, I'm in Georgia Southern. The nearest one, Savannah.
Okay.
He's like, I don't give a damn, bro. Go get to it. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get to it. I'm in my car. I got a little Nissan at the time, College, too many people don't have cars, and I got a brand new car at that time, so I'm like, bet.
Yeah.
I called my boy. I'm like, hey, rob me to Savannah right quick. He said, all right, bet. I go pick him up after class Friday. I see the money hit my account. Okay. 5 figures. Okay. I'm like, it's go. It's go time. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
Call him. He come get in the car. I'm starting getting crazy calls. Here, boom, crazy call, bank, alert, fraud alert, this, that. I'm like, I ain't studying that shit. I'm blocking everything. Just block it. Keep coming to my phone, like, just block it. My mom called my phone. She was an accountant at that time.
Okay.
She called my phone. She say, what you doing? I'm like, nah, I'm chilling. I'm just, I'm chilling with Brody. We about to go do X, Y. She's like, no, what you doing? I'm like, man, you tripping. I hang up. My dudes know it's something wrong, because my dude like my best friend. So we talk like, we talk like me and you talk like. That's like my homeboy.
Yeah.
And she like, nah, I know something up. So I hang up. She called back. She's like, okay, what's this going on with your account? I'm looking at it. I just got some alert, whatever. I'm like, man, I'm trying to take this off of my boy. I'm gonna go get this off of him. She like, are you crazy? Yeah. You gonna go do this for somebody? So I'm thinking like, man, you tripping. You don't even know the game. You don't know what's going on. This is like my 4th rodeo, so I know what I'm doing. Even though it's the biggest amount I done seen, but I'm like, I know what I'm doing. She called me, she like, nah, this ain't going. So, she made some phone calls, she do what she do. Call me back and say, you gotta give all that back.
Okay.
I'm like, man, come on, man. I'm finna be one of the youngest rich niggas in the college. I'm like, I'm finna be lit. You feel me? I'm finna be lit. We finna have a party. We finna
buying sections and everything.
We're going crazy.
Yeah.
And then she like, nah. So I had to end up giving a lot of it back. I only got to keep like 12. I think it was 1,200 of it.
Okay.
I paid my time because I felt guilty at that point. I felt guilty.
Yeah.
I'm just like, all right, let me do it because I done disappointed my mom. I done messed up the lick with Brody. I know he mad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, I'm gonna pay my time, bro. Hopefully God forgive me this and that, And I think ultimately he did, but I know he seen my heart wasn't on no I wasn't getting this to go really flex on nobody. I really was getting it just to turn up with everybody.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that wasn't mine to claim though. You know what I'm saying? That was my wake up call to say, hey, look, this not your lane either. You might need to find something more substantial. This not it. You know.
And one thing about it, I realize is God definitely knows our heart.
Yeah.
Even like I went through my thing where, you know, I wasn't as connected to God as I should have been.
Mm-hmm.
But God never failed me. He's always kept me. People look at me like, man, how did you survive 26 years?
But that's my whole life.
I would love to say it was me.
Yeah, that's my whole life. I can't even imagine.
It was God, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? God, he's in our corner even times when we don't even deserve him to be there. But
Right.
he's just that loyal to us, his children.
For sure.
You know, so after this lick, you may have dabbled a little bit more.
Yeah, I did a little small shit, cause like in my head it wasn't that bad.
Okay.
It wasn't that like it wasn't something horrible. I didn't go take from the poor and give to the rich like a lot of rich people do. I didn't do no crime. I didn't hurt anybody. I didn't. You know, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
but at the same time, though, I don't know what this could have affected. I don't know whose account that could have been. I don't know who. I'm thinking, man, insurance, they gonna get that. They gonna get it back. It's all good. You know,
FDIC.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They insured. This ain't even too crazy.
Yeah.
But you know, whole time it was still wrong, and I definitely got reprimanded for it. I definitely felt the heat from it, even though I didn't, it didn't get too far, but I definitely felt, I think, what I needed to feel from it. And at that time, I was just like, I'm just try the right way.
And right before I get off into, what you're doing today, I just wanted to say that, like, man, we do things in life, and that don't make us bad people because, we hit a lick here and there. You know what I'm saying? It don't make it right.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make us bad people. I always tell people, like, I really had a good heart.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was raised the only child. I was spoiled as the only child. And I always had a good heart. But just being, a part of the environment that I became a part of made me do some bad things.
Yeah.
That was outside of my true
who
character.
You are, yeah. Like, outside of who you are, yeah.
And you mentioned earlier, like, you always gave your tithes. Yeah. You always knew that you were connected to the source. It's just that your environment and the things you've seen around you made you want to get a little ahead of the game.
I got
a quick lick here and there.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? But what are you doing now, like, in order not to hit a quick lick, but to do something legitimately where you saying, all right, this is my lane, this is what I want to do, because I know I got the potential to be anybody and do anything I want to do.
Sure.
What are some of the things you're doing today so that these young black men that's out there that's still in their environment, still hitting licks, what are some of the things you're doing that is positive for one, and that really is like you feel comfortable, like, I'm doing the right thing, I'm content with doing this, even though I want to be here in the future. What are you doing?
So when I came home and I stayed with my dudes, I'm in LaGrange. I came home to LaGrange, not the city. I came home to LaGrange.
Okay.
And I see all my friends, they got jobs. They, they working at the Kia down there. Real big thing is the Kia plant.
Okay.
Kia plant, like, every nigga in LaGrange done work there.
Okay.
Everybody, and you make a decent living for down there.
Okay.
So I went straight there, worked there for like 2 months. Me and my stepdad got into it, kind of on some like, who the bigger alpha in the house.
Oh wow, okay.
And we keep butting heads, and it's like, okay, I can't stand for it. So we kind of agreed, like, hey, I'm gonna just move out. So I moved to my older sister's crib in Fairburn, right off Roosevelt. Okay. So I'm like, man, I gotta do something, cause she let me stay here rent free, stack my bread for 6 months.
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
She's like, that's a blessing. Thank God for that.
For sure.
And I'm like, all right, I gotta figure out something. What's gonna be my lane? I'm trying different jobs. I probably had like 6 different jobs in like a month. 2
Okay.
months. Come
You
like, bro,
sound like me when I
I'm
got out of prison.
I'm like, all this sucks. Like all this, none of this is good money. All this sucks. I had a job working for like I worked for 1 day at this toilet manufacturing company.
Okay.
So I had to put the seats on the toilet and then screw the back of it out. You know where the water run through the commode or whatever.
Okay.
I had to screw that in. When I picked up one toilet, I'm like, alright, I'm strong. You know, I work out a little bit. I'm like, okay. Picked up a second toilet. I'm like, alright, this is getting a little heavy.
Yeah.
About the 4th, 5th one, I was in the bathroom just waiting. I'm like, I'm gonna try to wait this whole shift out in the bathroom.
Those toilets wore you down?
I came home. I told my sister, I'm like, I can't work there.
Yeah.
She said,
okay.
you gotta find something.
Yeah.
So I went on Indeed. I'm looking around. I found a valet job at the Omni Hotel. They had just built the Omni Hotel at the Brave Stadium, the new Brave Stadium.
Okay.
I go there, get the interview. You know, he liked my spirit. I'm charismatic. He like, I like you. Hired me on the spot.
Oh, wow.
Cool. Get that. First week I'm there, man, I probably made like 1,000 in tips the first week.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Like in tips. Then we was getting paid a good hourly. So you can only imagine my face, how I'm lit up. I'm like, I don't pay no rent. I don't pay no bills right now. My sister let me stack. I just made $1,000 in cash. On top of what I'm finna make in 2 weeks when I get that check.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, this my lane.
Okay.
Hospitality might be my lane because I like helping people.
Yeah.
I like being there for people. I like showing people, hey, this is what you need to do. I like being at service. You know, sometimes it get annoying. I can't lie, but you know, I think God did put us all here to be servers.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we're supposed to serve somebody.
Yeah.
If you're a boss, you serve your employees. If you're an employee, you serve your boss. Like, and that's just what it is. So after working there for a few years, you know, started building that repertoire. I'm like, okay, the hospitality industry is pretty cool and it's lucrative.
Yeah.
Everybody stay at hotels. Everybody got a vacation. Everybody got to travel. And I was like, all right, this is going to be the one. Started doing that. And, you know, I'm making great, consistent money. I got out my sister's crib when it got a townhouse.
Okay.
When, you know what I'm saying, moved one of my partners in. He needed a job. I put him on. I done became the manager. Then all that fell.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. All that fell.
Another setback.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
All that fell because I think God tried. He had to teach me a lesson. I think I got too high on the horse. And He had to show me, look, you're not as big as you think you are. I stopped going to church. I started working on Sundays.
Okay.
Not going to church. Not giving my tithes.
Okay.
I'm dating this girl who I'm thinking she for me, not for me.
Yeah.
You know, and she showed me quick. She wasn't, and my whole world just came tumbling down. At it was my 22nd birthday.
Okay.
Everything just came tumbling down. I got fired from the job for doing some dumb shit, and you know, I went from being one of the youngest on the way to be managers, like, to having nothing.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? So,
and at that point, did you entertain going back to the streets?
For sure.
To quick come up?
For sure. Every week I wanted to do some bullshit, and I tried. It's so crazy how much I tried and failed.
Okay.
I don't know anybody who like could try to get in trouble and don't get in trouble. Like you said, it's so easy to get into.
It's so easy.
It's so easy.
And I believe that was the grace of God.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Because, like, man, when I wasn't trying to get in trouble, I was getting in trouble.
You feel me?
When I wasn't in trouble, they still blame me for the trouble. You know what I'm saying? So for you to say, like, man, you trying to get in trouble, and God wouldn't allow you to get in trouble, but that just shows how much God has been protecting you.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times we don't realize that there's already a calling on our life. It's already written. Mm-hmm. And God didn't intend for you to be in prison. You know what I'm saying? God,
he like how you gonna help the people you need to help if you in there?
Absolutely.
You know?
Because he sees something special in you. And sometimes God sees in us what we don't see in ourselves, bro.
For sure.
Like, even with me, like, I didn't see, for one, I didn't know I was ever gonna come home. I was hopeful that I was come home. I originally had 84 years.
Yeah.
But God spared me for a reason. And it was just maybe 8-9 months ago that I realized, like, my purpose is to reach these at-risk youth.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons why I brought you onto my podcast, my first podcast, was because I didn't know anything about what you've been through.
Yeah.
I met you and I seen you for who you were when I met you.
Moment.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like, bro, when I look at you, when I look at V, Frost,
yeah,
and my other guy, Colin, man, I see incredible young men that's doing things the right way. Incredible young men that, if not already in their careers, have their mindset on goals, businesses. You spoke to me about getting into being a concierge. You know what I'm saying? Because you feel like you're always telling people where to go for a good time, what hotels to stay at, and everything. And for you to see that, okay, this is my lane. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the thing. We don't realize our lanes a lot of the time. You know what I'm saying? But when you realize your lane and you focus on that and building your brand in your lane, that's when success comes.
That's when, for
you
sure.
know what I'm saying? And when I seen you, I'm like, dang, these young dudes, man. I wish I was as smart as them when I was your age. I wish I had the drive that you have at your age, business mind that you have at your age. You know what I'm saying? And for those young men that's younger than you, you know, teenagers, early 20s, I want them to see guys like you who've been through some things, but checked yourself. You didn't wait for the system to check you. You didn't have to go to prison to get it. You got it before prison. And I respect that. That's why it was necessary for me to have you on my first podcast, because you are the one that's going to reach these young men. Yes, I could reach them because I've been there and done that, but I'm 49 years old.
I'm right there with them.
So when they see a young man like yourself avoiding the BS of the neighborhoods and doing things the right way, they're more receptive to you. And I didn't know that LaGrange was what LaGrange is. Man, so that's even like better in regards to an example, because you were faced with adversity.
It's a lot of adversity.
You seen gangs. You could have joined gangs, but you chose not to. You know what I'm saying? So for this young man that's struggling on the fence, like, what can you tell them that would help them find some kind of clarity to what they should do? Like, I mean, we can't tell somebody anything, but we can share with them like that pivotal moment in our lives that made us change. Like, what was that one pivotal moment that said, you know what, I'm finna go this way, fuck the bullshit, fuck the scamming, fuck the streets, this is what I'm finna do, because I'm not a part of that lane. That lane ain't for me.
One of them pivotal moments was definitely when one of my partners got locked up for, like, you know, what we were doing. And I'm like, out of everybody, you was kind of moving to me the smartest. But when I look back in retrospect, it wasn't. He had the car, he had the jewelry, he had the name. So everybody, you know, a lot of people probably gave him up, and when he came home, that's why he came straight to us and was like, bro, y'all help me down, whatever. But that was kind of the same year that I moved. I left school and came back to the city, and I was like, you know what, bro? I'm just trying to do the right thing. Like, I'm a mess up here and there. I'm not perfect. I'm not Jesus, but I'm just trying to do the right thing. And it eventually led me to some really great people. You know, Frost, that's one of my closest friends. That's my family. You know, that's my family. But he's still one of my closest friends, and I've known him for shit. So we was, you know, young cats for real. And me, him, and V, Colin, Q, like, we just started a group, an investment group, to where every week we putting into a fund to where we either invest in stocks or our bonds or, you know, whatever. You know, Roth IRAs, whatever. And we got a heavy little account right now, you know, and it's going good. And I'm really thankful for them boys. That I say to the young niggas, like, get you a good team. You gotta have a good team. You got nobody can do nothing by themselves.
Yes.
You can't do it by yourself. Everybody want to look at, oh, this person, they did it by themselves, or nobody's self-made on the planet. Nobody's self-made. It's not one person you can say that's self-made. Because even if you sell dope, you got to sell to somebody, and you got to get it from somebody. Because you don't grow it yourself.
Absolutely.
Everybody got to say, you scam. You got to go to the bank to get the money out.
Yeah.
You got to find somebody to print up the paperwork.
Yeah.
You got to find somebody that's gonna be in your circle that's gonna tell you right from wrong. It's gonna help you when you down.
Yes.
And when you up, they gonna congratulate you. Because a lot of people don't do that, and I feel like I finally, 26 years, I know I'm still young, but I feel like I finally found a circle that's like, we empowering each other. Like, hey bro, get up and go to the gym, bro. You tighten up.
Absolutely.
You only went to the gym 2 times this week. Tighten up, go to the gym.
Holding each other accountable.
Holding each other accountable, like.
Yeah. And they say you are who you hang around.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
So you hang around 9 millionaires, you're gonna be the 10th one.
Yeah,
that's what Jay-Z said.
Absolutely.
So I try to surround myself with them, and Frost got his own business, and V had his own business, and he kind of still do, but he don't. He kind of put on the back burner. Colin's very successful in his field.
He with that IT
successful.
Stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna interview all these brothers.
IT money is different, man. I'm gonna tell you that. Like, it make me want to even do that, but I know that ain't my lane. My lane is entrepreneurship, and starting this concierge business is gonna be when we get our group to a certain point. Like, we gonna be the investors. You know what I'm saying? I want to take out Goldman Sachs. I don't want them to. No, we gonna be the group. You know what I'm saying? We gonna be the Berkshire Hathaway. That's what. I'm kind of planning on that kind of takeover,
I know y'all ahead of the game right now, but shoot, when we get off air and get off this podcast, I'm definitely gonna be looking to invest, and see where I can fit in on a small level, on a small scale, because I believe in y'all, man. I watch y'all a lot, man. I believe in y'all. I'm gonna have each and every individual that you just named, if they will come on. A couple of the individuals already said they would. Yeah. But man, I really want all of y'all on this thing at one point, because man, y'all gonna make the difference. Yeah. With what y'all doing, y'all will inspire other young men to get on y'all level.
And that's the plan.
You know what I'm
saying?
That's
the plan for sure.
And I salute you, man. Is it fair for me to say that you are an imperfect gentleman? Because we on the Imperfect Gentleman podcast. Yeah. And no one's perfect.
Yeah. I say that. I like that. I like that.
You're a gentleman.
Cool. For sure.
And my motto is, we gotta strive to be the best version of ourselves. For sure. Each and every day. Yeah. We ain't gonna get it right every day, but let's strive to get it right as many days as we can, and become as perfect as we can. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I salute you, man. And I'm glad that you would come on this show, my first show. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Trust me with your story and things you got going on, man. And I believe that it's going to be very beneficial to these young cats out here. And to be honest with you, you've inspired me. Yeah, now you inspired me when you came and told us your story. Like, you coming home from doing, bro, you did a bid that's my entire life. You know what I'm saying? I'm how old you were probably before you went in. Yes, yes. And you twice my age when you came out. So like, yes. To see you doing everything that you do, doing what you doing, came home to big boy stuff. I respect that. Absolutely. And you kept it going. You keeping it going. You got a good story that I feel like the world need to hear. And I feel like a lot of people can attest to that. And I feel like, even if I could call my cousin, he keep getting his phone took. He be getting in crazy trouble, you know what I'm saying? But absolutely. I wish I could, call him and show him, tell him your story, because, y'all definitely will relate. Absolutely. But he definitely could learn something from when he does get out. Because I'm planning on helping bringing him home in the next 5-10 years. So I don't want to see him do the whole time, And that's important, because when I got out, I came home to a great support system. For sure. You got to. And coming home from prison after doing even 5 years, that support system is necessary, man, because, like you said, you need a team. You can't do it by yourself. You can't do it by yourself. A lot of people get into that, I don't need nobody. And that's why they ain't going nowhere in life. Because they don't need nobody. It takes a team, it takes a unit, it takes different pieces, moving pieces to make
to make everything go.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I commend you from being there for your cousin. He's gonna need you when you get out. So you got to keep on moving, keep on building your brand, keep on building your empire, so that when he come home, you can show him the way.
That's
what we got to do.
Look toward to,
you know what I'm saying? Because even at 49 years old, I'm not gonna say that a young man your age can't show me the way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm fascinated by the brilliance of this generation that's out here right now. Because Yo, so we've been riding, and as you can see, it then turned to nighttime, and my guy Tarik, man, this was an amazing interview, man. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you blessing this podcast, man. This is the first one, man, and this, man, I couldn't go no better. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you from joining me and blessing me, man.
For sure.
And man, just blessings to you and your endeavors.
Thank you.
And much success, man. I believe that you and the rest of the fellas at the church, man, that crew that y'all got going, man, y'all destined for greatness, man.
Thank you,
I
man.
thank you, and I appreciate you, brother.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And we out, man. And the first episode of Imperfect Gentlemen. I'm Eric Mckenith, and this is my guy right here, man. Tarik, let him know your last name.
Man, Tarik Edwards, man.
Look for him, man. This is one of the guys that's gonna be on the Fortune, Forbes, Fortune 500, all of that. He gonna be on the magazines one day.
Yes, sir.
And we out. Thank you all.